If you guys are serious about putting on 10 pounds of muscle, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So give me your focus for the next 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to put on 10 pounds of muscle. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today, I'm going to take you through 5 steps on how you're going to put on 10 pounds of muscle. I'm also going to take you through workouts, give you some other little tidbits and tips as well, and just show you how you can structure your workouts, your nutrition, your recovery in order to help you put on new muscle mass, because muscle mass doesn't come from nowhere. It has to be a deliberate program. There has to be a deliberate approach, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let's hop into my first tip, and this is so simple, it's so basic, but this is where we're going to start with our first tip is you have to make sure that you're eating enough calories, you're eating the specific carbs, fat, protein that you need to be eating to reach your goals. And one thing that I see a lot from people is, if they're going to diet, they're going to try and lose body fat. They'll track their calories. They'll make sure that they're hitting their macros. But when we try to build muscle, we're trying to bulk. A lot of times people will forget to track their calories, track their food, and make sure that they're eating enough food. So if you're not eating enough food in general, you're not eating an excess of calories, you're not in a caloric surplus, you're not going to put on muscle mass. So that's the first thing that you can do, is that you need to be tracking your food consistently, making sure that you're consistently in a caloric surplus. What I'd recommend is anywhere from 200 to 500 calories of a surplus to start. If you're trying to maximize putting on weight, you're going to want to be closer to that 500. If you're trying to minimize the amount of body fat gain, you're going to be closer to that 200. If you guys have specific questions on this and you're looking for custom numbers based on your weight, based on your body composition, based on your goals, I actually have a form down in the comment section below. I have a link where you can click on the link, fill out the form on my website, and I'll get you back a custom macro calculation. I'll tell you how many carbs, fat, protein that you need to be eating. So step number 1 is make sure you are consistently tracking your food and that you're consistently in a caloric surplus, so that all the other steps that we're going to talk about today are going to matter, because you're eating more food than your body's burning, and that's going to help you put on new muscle mass. If you're not doing that step, none of the things that we're going to talk about today are going to matter, so make sure that you're doing that first. The second thing is something that you can add that's going to be huge to your workouts to provide the stimulus to build muscle. We just come in the gym, we lift the same weights, we do the same exercises, we do the same reps for a year. Your body's not going to change, you're not going to build any muscle. So what you're going to do for the next 3 months is you're going to pick 2 compound movements for every single muscle group. You're going to pick those 2, you're going to track it, you're going to be really consistent, and you're going to lift heavy in the 6 to 8 rep range on these 2 movements. So say, for example, you're doing a chest day. You're going to focus on 2 movements. It can be any 2 compound movements. You're going to pick things like a barbell bench press, either flat, incline, or decline, a dumbbell bench press, flat, incline, or decline, or you can even do some heavy weighted chest dips. Pick 2 exercises, track it down. I talked about this last week in a video where get a notebook or use an app to track your weights from week to week and make sure that you're getting stronger. And once you can get 8 reps with a weight, that's when you're going to increase weight and you're going to try to stay between that 6 to 8 rep range. You have to provide the stimulus in order for your body to need to build muscle mass. So we have to constantly be getting stronger over the course of time. Like I said, every single muscle group, choose 2 exercises. Predominantly, you want to pick compound movements that you can lift the most amount of weight on. So things like deadlifts, squats, pull-ups, lunges, bench presses, heavy rows, heavy overhead presses. Every single muscle group, write it down, use an app, track it, and lift heavy in that 6 to 8. Like I said, once you can hit 8 reps, increase weight to where you can stay between that 6 to 8 rep range. Stick with that weight until you can hit it for 8, and then again, increase your weight. Do that for the next 3 months, and you're going to see your strength skyrocket. You're going to start to notice that you're putting on muscle mass, and that's going to place the stimulus for your body to overload. And that's what I'm going to show you in today's workout. I'm actually going to take you through our workouts. I just mixed up my pre-workout. I just drank that down. And then I also just mixed up a serving of our pink Starburst electrolytes, something that I'll always do, that I'll mix in throughout my shaker cup throughout the workouts, and just have 1 scoop to maintain hydration and just keep up intensity throughout the workout. So there's a little bonus tip that you can add a scoop of our pink Starburst electrolytes into your shaker cup, drink it with your water throughout the workouts, and it's going to help you keep up your intensity, maintain hydration, because if you are exercising and you're working out intensely, you're probably going to be losing more electrolytes than you think, and you're going to need to replace those electrolytes through an electrolyte supplement like our pink Starburst electrolyte. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, I'll leave a link to our supplement line down in the comments in the description below. I'll even leave you a discount code where you can check out our products on our websites. Currently, we have a chocolate whey protein powder we have pink Starburst electrolyte, and then our greens product is literally going to be launching next week. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a mixed berry flavor, and that's something that, again, nobody eats enough vegetables in their diets. So it's just a good way to also make sure that you're taking care of your health, that you're getting the micronutrients that your body needs, because if you take care of your health, if you take care of providing your body with what it needs, it's going to take care of you. You're going to see the body composition, the strength gains, and the performance changes that you're looking to see. So I just mixed this up. We're going to go through the workouts, and then we'll finish the video, and we'll talk about my steps 3, 4, and 5 on how you're going to put on 10 pounds of muscle. But obviously, this workout is a great workout that you can run through, and I'll show you how you can structure this to have those 2 compound movements for each muscle group, and then how you can also structure your accessory workout as the workout goes on. All right, so I wanted to show you guys how I'm structuring this chest and shoulder workout. So started this workout with 3 compound movements, 2 for the chest, 1 for the shoulders. Started off with a bench press, and after I did all of my warm-up sets, all the dynamic warm-up, the metabolic warm-up, I did 4 working sets of 8, 8, 6, and 6. So lifting in that 6 to 8 rep range, keeping things heavy, and as soon as you're able to hit a weight for 8 reps, that's when you add weight and stay between that 6 to 8 rep range. So the first movement was barbell bench press here, and then my second compound movement was an incline dumbbell bench press. Again, doing 4 sets of 6 to 8, doing your compound movements in the beginning of your workout when you're most fresh, that you're going to be able to lift the most amount of weight, you're going to be able to overload, and you're going to be able to consistently track this. That's the biggest thing that I want you to focus on over the next 3 months is lift heavy, track it, try and beat what you did last time, and as soon as you can get a weight for 8 reps, that's your cue to increase the weight, and then keep going until you can get to 8 reps, and then just keep repeating that over and over again. And then I also did a dumbbell shoulder press, so that was the third movement. This was a chest and shoulder day, so I did 4 sets, again, of 6 to 8 reps. These are the 3 big compound movements at the beginning of the workout that I did, that tracking each week, making sure I'm getting stronger over the course of time. They don't have to necessarily be these 3, but this is how I'm structuring it in this workout. You can choose certain exercises that you like, but just make sure that they're compound movements. After that, after you do the 3 heavy compound movements, like I said, I did 4 sets on each. That's where you can go into a little more isolation. So I did a superset of a cable chest fly for 10 reps with a cable chest press. Obviously, like I said, more isolation, less compound movement. The focus is less about trying to lift heavy and get stronger from week to week. You still want to lift heavy on your accessory movements, but the focus now becomes more about trying to break down the muscle, feel the muscle, get a lot of blood flow, increase the pump, and just start to increase the volume. So this is a really good superset that you can do, that your chest is going to be fatigued going into this, where you're going to start to hit muscle failure. Like you see, I started hitting muscle failure on this one. That's kind of the whole idea. And then the last one that I did, again, an accessory movement on the cable, and you can do this with dumbbells if you don't have a cable reverse fly. I just used an ankle strap. I did 10 reps there, focusing on just lifting with my shoulder, just going straight to the side, and then stand up after you get 10 of those and go into a cable lateral raise. Again, not really focusing on lifting as heavy as I possibly can and throwing momentum. It's just about the isolation. It's about getting some volume, breaking down the smaller muscle groups now that we've already done the heavy bench press, the heavy incline press, and the heavy shoulder press when we started off the workout. All right, so my third tip, we kind of talked about this a little bit in the first tip. We're talking about nutrition, but more specifically, we're going to talk about your total protein consumption. Again, muscle does not come from nowhere. So 1, we need to create the stimulus in the gym. We need to make sure that we're breaking down muscle tissue and making our body need to put on muscle mass. From there, you're going to eat enough calories and a caloric surplus. But then the third tip is to make sure that you're eating enough protein. So what I would recommend if you're trying to maximize putting on muscle mass is you at least need to be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for example, if you're 200 pounds, you're going to try to eat 200 grams of protein throughout the day. So if you're eating 5 times, you're going to eat 40 grams of protein at each meal and each snack. Just a good way that you can split it up. Now, where a lot of people run into issues is they might hit their protein once or twice, but then they don't consistently hit it. Or they're like, how the heck am I supposed to get that amount of protein? Structure each meal and each snack around a protein source. So things like your lean meats, chicken, fish, pork. You can even do ground beef or beef. You can do eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurts, cottage cheese, things like protein bars, protein shakes. That's why we came out with our own whey protein powder to use as an extension of your diet to help you get to the amount of protein that you need. Protein powder is not a magic supplement. It's there to fill in the cracks and help you get to the amount of protein that you need to recover properly and build the muscle that you're looking to build. Again, if you're looking for a solid protein powder to check out, go check out our FitGrind whey protein powder. Only has 7 ingredients, 0 grams of added sugar, and has 24 grams of protein per scoop. So again, the link is in the comments in the description below. Go check it out. There's even a discount code for you if you'd like to check it out on your first order. My 4th tip is a very polarizing tip, but stay with me for a second. My 4th tip is that you need to do some cardio to build muscle. That's right. You need to do cardio to build muscle. And what I mean by this is that cardio in itself is not going to help you build muscle, but by doing cardio, you're going to develop an efficient cardiovascular system, and it's going to help you shuttle blood to your working muscles a little bit better. It's going to help you push harder in your strength training workouts, and in turn and directly is going to help you build muscle mass because you can be more intense, you can recover from set to set, and you can efficiently get blood to your working muscles. A lot of times people think that they're trying to gain weight and build muscle mass, they should just totally cut out cardio. I'm on the total opposite side of the spectrum on that, and my stance is that you should at least do 2 times of cardio each week, and that's my 4th tip, is to make sure that you're doing a minimum of 2 cardio sessions each week. If you're only doing 2, what I would recommend is you have 1 high intensity, where maybe you're doing some intervals like treadmill sprints, bike sprints, rower sprints, whatever conditioning modality that you like. And then the other day is going to be more of like a aerobic cardio session where you're going to find a pace that you can hold for 15, 20, 30, 45, 60 minutes and just hold that pace and teach your body to keep your heart rate up without getting gassed and getting too tired. Like I said, this is a great way that you can develop a very efficient cardiovascular system. And if you're in the middle of a leg day and you're trying to stick to like 90 seconds between sets or 2 minutes between a heavy set of lunges and you can't stick to that rest time, what's going to happen is you're not going to place the stimulus that you need on your muscular system to build muscle because you're limited by your cardiovascular system. So do cardio twice a week. I promise you, it's not going to directly build muscle, but you're going to maintain your health. You're going to build a really efficient cardiovascular system. And in turn, it's going to help you build more muscle down the road because you're going to be able to be more intense with your strength training sessions and just get better at shuttling blood to your working muscles. My 5th and final tip is, again, another one that is so simple, but it is so important. It is to make sure that you are getting at least 7 hours of sleep every single night. This one is one of those that, people think they can do all the things right. They can eat the food that they need to, eat the protein, create the stimulus in the gym, but then skimp out on their sleep. And sleep is where you're really going to repair your working muscles, is where we're going to rebuild. And if you're not getting enough sleep, 1, you're not going to repair and rebuild, but then 2, you're also not going to be able to give the effort that you want in the gym on a consistent basis. So sleep at least 7 hours a night. If you can get 8, that's great. But like I said, I would at least get 7 hours a night to consistently have the passion and the energy and the drive to come in for your workouts, but then also to make sure that you're recovering from those strength training sessions and those higher intensity sessions. So this is my list of 5 things that you can do today to implement in your program to build the next 10 pounds of muscle. If you stick with this, if you're really structured with your nutrition and your workouts, you create the stimulus in the gym, you're eating enough calories, you're eating enough protein, you're going to put on muscle like you never have before. So just make sure that you're doing all 5 of these steps. And if you guys have questions, I'd love to help out. Just let me know down in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm a personal trainer day by day, and I'd love to help out any way that I can. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys found anything helpful, hit that thumbs up button for me. Like I said, if you're looking for great supplements you could use as an extension of your diet, go check out FitGrind supplements. Links in the comments in the description below, as well as a 15% discount code. I appreciate the support for the brands. Here's a couple of the videos to go check out next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.